Hi, happy Sunday, Big Picture family. I'm so happy to be coming to you tonight. I'm going to read a story to you, and then I want to talk to you a little bit about all the plans we have for Staff Appreciation Week and see if I can get your help in supporting our staff this week. So first up, I'm going to read you a book called Have You Filled a Bucket Today? And I think some of you have heard of this story before, and I want to give a quick shout out to Crazy Karen because this is her favorite, all-time favorite book, and it's even her copy of her all-time favorite book that she let me borrow to read to you. So let's read it. Have You Filled a Bucket Today by Carol McLeod. All day long, everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. You can't see it, but it's there. You have a bucket. Your mom and dad each have a bucket. Your sister and brother have a bucket. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have a bucket. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. Your bucket has one purpose only. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and all the good feelings you have about yourself. You feel very happy and good when your bucket is full, and you feel very sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Other people feel the same way too. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. You need other people to fill your bucket, and other people need you to fill theirs. So, how do you fill a bucket? You fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. That's being a bucket filler. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says or does nice things that make others feel special. When you make someone feel special, you are filling a bucket. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do mean things, or even when you ignore someone. That is being a bucket dipper. A bully is a bucket dipper. A bucket dipper says or does mean things that make others feel bad. Many bucket dippers have an empty bucket. They think they can fill their own bucket by dipping into someone else's. But that will never work. You never fill your own bucket when you dip into someone else's. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. All day long, we're either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say and what we do. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. You love your mom and dad? Why not tell them you love them? You can even tell them why. Your caring words will fill their bucket right up. Watch for smiles to light up their faces. You will feel like smiling too. A smile is a good clue that you have filled a bucket. If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket, and think of what you can say or do to fill it. Here are some ideas for you. You could smile and say hi to the bus driver. He has a bucket too. You can invite the new kid at school to play with you. You could write a thank you note to your teacher. You could tell your grandpa that you like to spend time with him. There are many ways to fill a bucket. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't take much time. And remember, when you fill someone else's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. When you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, and your neighborhood better places to be. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. So why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, I'm going to do something to fill someone's bucket today. And at the end of each day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? Yes, I did. That's the life of a bucket filler, and that is you. So thank you, Crazy Karen, for this amazing book. Now maybe you're wondering why I read you the bucket filling book. Now of course, we all care about this and we want to be those kind of people who fill other people's buckets. But we know some people who spend their whole lives filling our buckets. The staff at Big Picture works very hard to make sure that we're all taken care of and that every day our buckets are full. I wanted to give a little shout out by numbers to the people who do that at our school all the time, every day, even during this crazy time when we're not together. So we have 4 cafeteria friends, Miss P, Ryder, Miss Yolanda, and Miss Tracy, and they do this all the time, every day when you go in the cafeteria. They are bucket fillers for you. We have 10 after-school friends, and our after-school tutors are so great at the end of a day when we're all tired, coming in with new energy and being ready to fill our buckets. We have 14 support friends who range from RTI and aides to the person who cuts our grass and Mr. Nick, who is our guy out front, our security guy. And we've got all kinds of recess staff, all kinds of support people who fill our buckets. We have 6 friends who work mostly in offices. Mr. Rodrigo, Miss Monique, Miss Karen, Miss Ruby, Mrs. Healy, and Mrs. Hernandez, who take care of our computers and our testing. These friends always fill our buckets. Of course, we have 20 teacher friends because we work at a school. So we have 20 teacher friends who, even if they're not your teacher, I bet some of these people have filled your bucket, who have seen you and given you kind words to make you feel better. And we have 9 administrators or specialists. So the vice principals and myself and Miss Fernandez. And we have Miss Harder and Miss Jensen, who are our speech teachers. And we've got Dr. Anderson, and we've got our psychologist. All of these people are bucket fillers. If you add up all those numbers, we have 63 amazing bucket fillers who work at Big Picture Elementary and who work every day to make sure that all of our hearts are full. So, I was wondering if you would help me be a bucket filler for them. This week in the office, I have 63 buckets. And each of these buckets have one of our amazing staff members' names on them. And they're just sitting in the office. What we would love for families to do would be to drop off something small that we could drop in the buckets. So maybe you could drop off a bag of candy, or some stickers, or notes from your students. Please help us to fill their buckets because of all of the work that they do to fill our buckets. You, of course, could drop off something special just for your teacher. We're not going to compare buckets. We don't get sad when someone else gets special things in their bucket that we don't get. We're just happy that people get nice words and kind things. So if you just have a handful of people that you really want to celebrate, of course you can drop those off. The buckets are pretty small, so we're not asking you to do anything major. If all you can do is have your students write a note, thank you so much. We would appreciate that so greatly. So please stop by sometime between Monday and Thursday and drop off some things to fill our teachers and staff member buckets. There are 63 buckets waiting for us to put treats in. Another thing that you could do is tomorrow morning I'm going to be putting binder clips all along the fence. And we'd love for you and your students to drop by a note that just says thank you or we love you or you're amazing to any of our staff members. If you just drive past, you guys can hop out. The clips will already be on the fence and you can add it to the fence, and then we could just have all these beautiful notes thanking our teachers and our staff members for everything that they do. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. I'm so thankful for you and so encouraged by all of the exciting learning that's taking place, and ready to celebrate all of the hard work of our staff members this week with you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.